one of the things we got to start with is, well, how do we know that the gravity is 64%? And mainstream science will say, well, because we know Newton's universal law of gravitation, that the moon has a density of 3.3 grams per centimeter squared, and we know that the Earth has 5.5 grams per centimeter. It's all BS. I mean, they don't know what the density of the moon is any more than they know what the density of the Earth is. They had to hypothesize that the Earth has an iron core just to make that stuff come out. You know, it doesn't. The only way you can really do it is to use the bully Aldous Newton inverse square law, which states that any physical quantity or strength is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Specifically, the gravitational attraction between two massive objects, in addition to being directly proportional to the product of their masses, is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between. What that means is, we don't need to know what the density of the moon and the Earth is to find out the neutral point. All we need to know is the size and where the neutral point is. So the neutral point by NASA has been given us for years at 24,000 miles, because using the inverse square law, that works out to be 1/6 gravity. But what we have here is we know the distance, we know the size of the Earth and the size of the moon. We don't have to know the density, and we know the neutral point. How do we know the neutral point? There's many ways we know the neutral point, but the main one is Werner von Braun told us in 1972 that it was 43,495 miles. So we know the neutral point, and all we have to do is, therefore we can state the following from the parameters: the radius of the moon, the radius of the Earth, the distance from the Earth's center to the neutral point, the distance from the moon's contact to the neutral point, and we just run that out. I mean, I failed math, but even I can figure that out. It didn't take too long. I had to have a big computer. And you come down here to the bottom where the moon's gravity is 64%. Why that's important is it means if it's 64%, then it can hold an atmosphere. If it holds an atmosphere, then people live there. This is a picture that shows the moon, taken by Lick Observatory in 1947. And get that little red dot up there so that I can see it. See that up there? That's a huge explosion. That's Endymion, that little crater right there. That there is a huge explosion. Let's see if I have an enlargement up here, right here. See that? That's a plume that has, the explosion has exploded, and that plume of dirt and dust has drifted about 25 miles to the northwest and is starting to rise. And you can see it's rising, and when it hits the top of the atmosphere, it spreads out like that. Now that can't happen in a vacuum. There has to be an atmosphere for that to occur in. Here it is here. You can see the plume drifting. That's about 25 miles, and then heading up into the atmosphere. Because the dust, you can't have a plume. He's asking why you... 2 minutes? Holy smokes! We're going to have to continue this, but he's asking about why the plume, dust and plume won't hold together in a vacuum. It has to have an atmosphere to hold it together. So anyway, I want to show you quick, and we'll end it up here. This is King's Crater on the back side of the moon. See all that stuff there? That's all the, I don't know how we got that far. I lost it. I must have clicked it. Oh, here we are. Oh, I see what's happening. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. That's King's Crater. That's the vegetation there. This is the backside of the moon. This was taken by Russia. Let me show you a quick couple of things here. This is There's some fantastic things in this picture. There's a huge mushroom. Oh, here it is, right here. Just stands up. It's perfect. This thing down here, that's a 40-mile building. We're going to have to hustle right along here. That's it right there. See that building right there? That is 40 miles wide, and those are 3 huge cylinders that stick up, and that's a great big arch. That's it enlarged. This is Dedalius. That's a building right there. Anyway, we'll go into the rest of this. That's a huge arch on the moon right there. Beautiful construction. This is the thing that, how we got that? It's been great talking to you. I'll finish when we start together.
Well, don't forget, we'll have Mr. Lear in our workshop. It'll be next door in about 15 minutes, so he can continue with all the information that he wants to share. And the title of his workshop will be More Continuation, U.S. Mining Operations on the Moon, 1960, 2007, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much. I'm calling everyone doctor. Thank you. And I know why I'm calling everyone doctor. There's doctor this, doctor that, and so how many doctors?